Hello everyone! Today we start a new series of streams called Road to Game, where we will be commenting on the whole development process of One Military Camp from the point of view of Miguel Garcia, creative director of the game. We're going to see the trailer of One Military Camp just for those who doesn't see it yet. After that, we put the link to the Steam page on the chat, the Discord server, because welcome to our Discord server. We are open for everyone to talk about games, One Military Camp, of course, pets, whatever related with games, and also have fun. So let's see the trailer.
Move, you worms! Hey, our country needs you! Come build this great military camp and manage the training of our soldiers. Here, recruits move like one, think like one, and breathe like one. You will set the training courses and decide how the soldiers specialize to fight through land, sea, and air. If they are good enough, they might even become real spies. Finally, when the front requests it, we send them to win the war. Are you ready to join?
Awesome. I love the trailer, by the way. I can stop seeing it. Well, welcome Miguel to our stream. It's your first time. Well, not as a guest, not as a host. So welcome to
Hi.
the stream. And
Hello everyone, it's nice to be here.
okay, so you're here because we are commenting the 3 first devlogs we upload to Steam, the Steam page of One Military Camp. And so, okay, first, before talking about the questions I get prepared, let's talk about a bit about the first devlog. Focus on how we generate thousands of different characters for One Military Camp. So tell us a bit about it.
Okay, so first I want to talk about the whole idea of making the blogs and also to talk about the process of the game creation. And that is because we think that creating a game it can be fun for people too, not only for us. So what we are doing here is to face the development of the game like in an open way. We are going to be revealing, explaining, talking about a lot of things about how we create the art, how we design different aspects of the game, or how we program the algorithm that make the character alive. And we believe that, as I said, this can be like something to enjoy too. So that's the reason because we started with this, because we believe in that.
Yeah,
Um,
of course.
what do you think, Irina? What do you think? Are you following other creations, or are you only enjoying the game once they are finished?
Okay, first about the devlogs, there's a new feature. For me, I never been following the development of a game from this point of view, and it's pretty interesting because there's a lot of things that we as players cannot see. Well, cannot don't tend to see because I believe there's a ton of players that only are interested on playing the game, but not so much on the development behind it. And just if you're a player, just if you're a developer or student or whatever, a professional also, it's interesting to see the work behind of a game from the point of view of different people from the team, the development team. Not art because I mean art because it's the most visual, obviously, part of a game. But also programming, maybe marketing. Maybe
Ah,
I I could write a devlog in the future. We would talk about it. And yes, I'm absolutely following the devlogs, and I'm super interested into, and I cannot wait to play the game. Whatever, if there's a demo, whatever, I need to play the game because I'm a huge fan of management games and I need it.
yeah, we,
Yes.
we will we will tell something. We will have news very soon
Mhm.
regarding that. So,
Okay, so talking about the first devlog, my first question is, despite being an indie development, it has been decided to get as many different characters as possible. What motivates this?
well,
A
the
trick
thing
question for
is,
start.
no. It's a very, yeah, legitimate question. The thing is, in a tycoon game, in an strategic game with the point of view that we are using, that is like an isometric point of view, you see a lot of characters at the same time. So if you don't have a way to generate different character with different, I don't know, features, things that make them unique. Once you see a couple of them from far distance, all of them will feel and they will appear as the same.
Yeah.
So this is, and because our game is very focused on the characters, because you have to check candidates to become soldiers. You have to select them to choose their training. So you will develop a close link with them, and because of that, you have to feel the difference. You cannot see them as the same copy one time and another one and again and again and again. So
Yeah,
for
sure.
that reason, is key for this game to be able to generate a wide range of different chapters with different features. Yeah,
That's awesome, and I totally agree with that because, as you said, even if there's a very far view from the characters and the rest of the things on the game, it's important to have these different characters or variety of characters to feel the game more rich, more developed. They're to feel there are more love behind the development process, the to feel that the developers care about the game and care about the feeling of the players with the result, with the final project. So that's a very good decision from my point of view. Yeah, sure. So let's take a view as an example of this variety of characters we can find with different uniforms and all of that. So this process a decision that has come from the team, um, as your experience as a player, or has it been inspired by other projects?
Well,
Maybe both.
yeah, yeah, maybe both, but this is something that since the beginning we believe this was a key aspect. We have to be able to represent the differences between all the characters. And also there are one more thing that is important. In tycoon games, there are in a lot of them there are no narrative, there are no story. Um, there are reasons for that. In this genre, the important story is the story that happened to you and your characters, and the events that are only happening to you and only happening to your specific characters that are different to the character of the other players. So this decision just make this idea more powerful. So yeah, it's
Yes.
aligned with the genre and all the vision.
Okay, okay. Yeah, makes totally sense. Absolutely. Yes. And the final question, well, the juicy question. Just curious. In addition to the the things that we're saying about the visual variety and all of this, is this probably, hopefully, related to the diversity of bodies and also real bodies? I mean, as developers, we want to show we are engaged, we need to show different bodies, because maybe sometimes video games doesn't show characters very real with real bodies, as we can see in every society.
Yeah, yeah, that's another thing. We want to be as much inclusive as we can. So we represent different kind of race. We also represent, I don't know, skin colors, hair colors, kind of faces, different kind of bodies with different weights, and we believe that that adds realism to the game, but also add variety, and I don't know. We feel that we represent better all the people, because we are not only talking to the people of our country. We can be talking with this game, or and with an honor with the other game that we do, to people that is playing the game from the other part of the globe. So yeah, it's a combination, but uh, we have in mind the inclusivity.
That's
Inclusive.
perfect. Yeah, I'm very grateful about that, because yeah, as a player, sometimes I feel that the character I'm playing, it's like so much fantastic, so unreal. Like I have never had a body like this character or something like that. Okay, um, not talking about aliens or something like this. I mean people, real people. So finding a game with this compromise with different types of body, skin colors, head colors, and all that you said, it's awesome, and I also think it's super necessary to people to get more being more representative with the characters and feel more connected to the game. So that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, and in fact, there are examples in where this approach works good. For example, the Uncharted series, the game
Mhm.
for PlayStation. The original concept of the character is like a normal dude, right? So
Yes.
that way, all kind of regular guys can connect with that character, and they feel like, oh, I'm like him. I could be like him. Maybe
Yes.
you cannot be like Kratos, but you can be like Nathan Drake.
Yeah, for
So
sure, for sure. Yes. It definitely helps the player to connect with the protagonist or other characters. Yeah, for sure. For sure. That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, so let's go to the next step block. Okay, the second one is a thing because this is a theme that I personally enjoy and also wanted to know more about it. Yes, because I feel it's related with some features, some kind of RPG features. I also love RPG games, so these tiny references oh, are all for me. So okay, tell us a bit more about the devlog 2, designing the spy training building.
So in the game, as I said before, you have to check different kind of candidates. You have to evaluate them and select what kind of soldier they are going to become. One of these kind of soldier is spy. A spy is one of the advanced kind of soldiers, so it's not one of the uh,
Yeah, the basic.
specialties that you have at the beginning, but down the road you will be able to unlock the buildings that you need to train this soldier. And once you have the necessary buildings to train the spy, they will go there and they will do their trainings. What can I say? We are conceiving the game to be like a little bit funny. So we are treating a theme like the military theme, the military topic, war that is like a dramatic uh, topic,
Yeah,
and
kind
we
of
are
super serious and super yeah.
uh, yeah. So we are approaching the topic, the thing. We are approaching in a funny way. So once we are conceiving the different kind of soldiers, what we appeal is to the archetypes. So in order to the player to identify a specific character from a split second, you have to match what they have in mind, and that could be, I don't know, the long coat, that specific
Yes.
color with the glasses, everything. It's something that all of us have in our mind, and sometimes it's not easy to conceive the characters to be like the common image that all of us have in our image when we think on a spy.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
because could be a lot of differences between cultures.
yeah,
So yes, yes, definitely. But I mean, the work done is awesome. I mean, there's no doubt these guys of here are spies. I mean, you don't need no text. It's like okay, you just see it, and
yeah.
it's like okay, they are spies. No doubt, no doubt at all.
Yeah, that's the whole idea because in the game you are going to be seeing different kind of character walking through your map. So you need to identify the different kind of soldier just looking at the map. So all of the classes will be very easy to recognize.
Hmm.
And this process is, let's say, it's not easy, but we are lucky. We have a very talented team of concept artists. Also, artists too, 3D artists like you interviewed before on other the blogs. But regarding the conceptualization, we do like different sketches, different kind of approaches. We evaluate from different people if is this what we have in mind when we think in spy or diver or whatever. We do that check with a couple of person to be sure that the kind of character that we are making achieve that result to be
Yes.
readable, to be identified.
Totally. And I'm super agree with your point about the talented team because yes, I agree.
Mhm.
I agree 100%. Oh, Kickups. Hello, welcome to the chat.
Hello.
Okay, so time for some questions. Okay, so first, why were spies chosen as an example for this blog, concretely, opposed to other specialties?
There are an easy answer for that. And the reason is because we have already presented this class on the trailer. So for future news, we are going to be showing new kind of soldiers, new kind of classes. But because of that, because of what we already saw on the trailer, we choose to talk about the spies on that the blog to to reserve the other specialties for future news.
That's the reason behind of the spies for this develop. Okay, I got it. And okay, why was it decided that the improvement of the buildings should be perceived visually in addition to the training results?
So as I'm repeating a lot uh, in this
Venom.
session, in this tweet, one of the key aspects of tycoon games is to understand what you are seeing. In general, in strategic games, because on those kind of games, you are seeing a lot of information at the same time.
Yeah, that's true.
So visually and in an easy way, you should be able to understand the state of the different things. If we are talking about soldiers, you should understand the different specialization of them. If we are talking about buildings, you should be able to recognize one the different kind of buildings. They will have like specific features that make you that they make that task easy for you. For example, one of them will use blue tones, another ones will use green with brown colors, and so on.
Mhm.
And regarding the evolution of those buildings, you should be able to see that just looking at the map. So for that reason, we have the visual evolution too. If you are seeing a building that feels like more advanced than the previous one, that will also have an impact on the gameplay. So yeah, that's the whole reason.
Okay, is something related with the UX and UI side of the game, maybe?
Yeah, it's just to communicate information in the easiest possible way, and the
Mhm.
easiest possible way is visually. If you can say something with an image, it's going to be better than using a lot of words. So
I agree. I agree, yes.
that's the reason behind that decision.
And makes totally sense. I agree with that as a player, of course, because definitely I prefer to see something on a game uh, but reading it, sometimes I feel that there's a lot of information written on video games, and it could be nice, but with some limits. Yeah, that's the whole point that you said. If you can show something or teach something to the players with an image or with a video or with whatever visual, better than with text. Yes, for sure.
Yeah, and that's another of the I can talk about or difficulties in the development of the game. Making a game like that, making a game like this, like a strategy tycoon management game, uh, most of our conversation start like how can we remove this text? How can we remove this element and at the same time continue transmitting the information? How can we simplify this process? Because all of the development is focused on reducing complexity,
Yes.
making the game more understandable, more readable, and making the game usable and easy to play. And that is very difficult because of the genre, because there are a lot of things happening at the same time,
Yes.
and you have to communicate a lot of things. So our main battle is with the complexity, with how can we simplify, how can we use less words, how can use less buttons, and you can I don't know you can in future sessions you can talk with the UI UX guys, with
Sure.
Sylvia, Maria. uh, yeah, they will tell you that all the time is a battle to remove things.
Yes, yes, absolutely, definitely. They are going to stay here as you're here now, and yeah, because the not only art, not only programming, not only design, but UX and UI, the feeling and this kind of difficulties of the development, it's also information and interesting things and content for everyone. So yes, yes, definitely. And okay, have the last question about this devlog. Then there's another one. So I would like, if it's possible, if you could tell us a little more about character specialties. What types can we expect at the moment, and what are the main difference between them, if it's possible?
Yeah, there are right now, and it's something that we are changing from time to time,
Hmm.
because designing the game is something alive. It's not like we wrote this on stone and we are going to follow this all the time until we are done. No,
No.
we are implementing the game, checking if everything feels correct, and if everything is understandable. So at the time, we are considering to have like 10 kind of specialties at launch. And I can tell you, for example, that we will have spy, as you know.
Yes.
Uh,
Sure.
we will have aviators. We will have divers, and there is going to be another kind of mm, specialties. But on every one of them, we are trying to add like something funny to the
Mm,
trainings. As you see on the spies, they are like doing the laser training like in the rock
yes.
movie. Yeah, like in the movies, or using the newspaper to cover your face or something.
Yes.
So you can expect those kind of jokes on our trainings. For example, on divers, I can advance that they will have to learn how to swim on a swimming pool with sharks.
Yes.
So yeah, those kind of things, they are the things that we are adding here and there to have something, to have the a game that you want to play and you feel good playing the game, and they are things that not necessarily made you laugh, but the combination of all the things, all the tone of the game
Hmm.
will make you feel like it's not we are not taking the theme, the topic as a dramatic way, and we just want you to have fun and enjoy the game. That's all.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And I believe this is something, this kind of visual bonds are very important because helps the player to feel like they are playing something fun from the beginning to the end, and also like feeling the essence of Abylight. We are taking our work seriously, obviously, but we're also having fun during the development, and we need and we are able to transmit this feeling to the characters, not only an internal thing to have fun, only us. I mean all of us, the from the 3D team, from programmers, from marketing, from all the people involved in the team, and also at the end with the players. And this is super important, and these kind of details putting consciously on the game, I think this is a unique way to develop a game completely yours, completely ours, completely different from other games on this genre, but others, you know.
Yeah,
So
because
yes, that's the best, probably the best decision of this project. Okay, okay, taking the time because we can stay here forever. Okay, so the last block we're going to check today.
animation.
Yes, animation. This is a very deep, well, deep technique develop, because for people that are not used to work or see stuff regarding with this kind of programs and this kind of things of the development of a game, could be a bit tough. Like, okay, let's focus on the information because it's written absolutely easy and crazy, because you can understand from the beginning to the end all the things that we are saying. But it's a thing, it's a thing. So okay, tell us a bit about how to make the characters feel alive with animations.
So animation, animation is the, if I was talking before about the complexity and how we fight the complexity for a player to make the game more enjoyable, the animation is the number one problem of every tycoon or strategy game, because having those little characters that you see like a lot of them on the screen at the same time, having all of them moving in an intelligent or semi-intelligent way
It's crazy.
through the map and interact with objects, it's something that can take like years to implement for some teams. Yeah, it's a very difficult topic, and
Yes.
and we can start with the process that our animators does. The process of animating a character um, consists in creating a virtual skeleton. You have like us, like the humans, to make it. You can imagine like a sculpture is made of stone. And that is what the 3D team does. The 3D team create like a sculpture of characters. Then the animators, they have like create a skeleton and associate different parts of the sculptures with the skeleton. That technique is called rigging. Is a quite complex. It's not something that a beginner can do. It takes a lot of time to understand how to rig a character, and then when you have the character rigged, you have to animate them, animate it. How do we animate characters? Well, the idea, the technique is adding like keyframes. A frame is like a moment in time in where all the bones have a specific position. So, for example, imagine that I want to do this. As animator, if I have the character fully rigged, I have to put like different pose of.
Yeah, like a stop motion.
Yes, it's like an stop motion, and then you will have the control of how many times it will pass from one point to another one, and how the movement of the bones will interpolate from one position to the other ones.
Yes.
And that could be perceived as easy, but the problem is that it's not the same doing this that doing this.
Yes.
So it's not only the time, it's the acceleration through time. So to transmit that something have weight or speed or all kind of forces,
Right.
you have to also be able to control how many time and how many acceleration is going to have this movement and so on. And that's I am only talking about the process of creating the animation. But then when you have the animation, you have to add that to the game, and you have to have like an artificial intelligence to mix different animation and to use them in context with the movement of the character to give you the notion that that character is moving through a map and they can interact with objects and doing things.
Yeah,
So
naturally.
yeah, it's have a lot of steps.
It's pretty crazy. Only with the basics, it's like okay, it's taking
Yeah.
long to do that. But no, the point is we have a very talented team that is doing every week awesome work and development the game okay faster than I feel or faster than I expect. Maybe this is the plan that you scheduled previously, but every time I see something new from the 3D team or animated team, it's like you did this all this stuff only this week. It's like okay, you're a superhero. What? Because I think it's crazy. I mean, the development is going very fast from my point of view.
I think that one of the key aspect of the of that feeling that every week we are processing that fast is that we have, like I say, a very talented team, but they are not only talented, they are also specialized on specific fields. So we have the concept artists that make concept. Then we have the 3D modelers. They create the sculptures. We also have the animators that create the skeleton and do the animation. And we also have the technical artists that add that to the engine. And then we have the programmers to implement the intelligence and the algorithm that make all the characters feel like they are alive. So when every one of us in the team are making their part excellent, what you can see at the beginning is like, whoa, this the combination of a lot of things, a lot of specialties, and yeah.
Yeah, the result is awesome. Awesome. And I mean,
Uh, we
it's
have
we
a
who are.
new,
I'm sorry, what?
yeah, we have a new viewer over here. Marce is Marce. Hello, Marcelo.
Marcelo! The
How are
animation
you?
process is very funny. Are you
Yes.
serious? Okay, so time for some questions. Okay,
Nice.
so I would like to know. I'm always here. I wish you were always here. I would like to know the basic animations the team is expecting for the characters that we are already developing, and also we have planned for the release of the game.
You're asking me
The basic
for
animations you're
explaining.
expecting for the characters.
Well, we have, I don't know, we have hundreds of animations.
Hundreds! Oh my
Yeah, you
gosh.
can tell if they have to train in different kind of building, they have to eat, they have to sleep, they will feel bad, they will feel good. I don't know. They will dance eventually. They will sing. I don't know. There are a lot of things. There
Are
are
you sure we are
crazy
talking
things.
about an indie game? Or maybe a thing bigger, because I mean, thousands of animation. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, in fact, there are on every aspect of the game that you look, it's going to be like I don't know, ton of content. Like imagine how many icons do the game will have? Hundreds. To how many animation, how many models, how many sound, how many,
Yeah.
I don't know, everything that you ask is because the genre requires requested complexity, and complexity in a way that you can digest, in a way that you can experiment that, in a way that you can experience and enjoy, and also have new content from time to time to feel the progression and to feel reward about achieving things. So yeah, you need a lot of content.
Sure. I don't want to say names, but I played strategy simulation management games in the past that are AAA, and I must say there are things that cannot see comparing with one military camp. I mean, there were, yes, for sure, different kind of buildings, a different kind of characters, but the details were not so much care as we are doing it in one military camp. I mean, you had a restaurant, but only one type of restaurant. You had I don't know, a hotel, but you only had one type of hotel. You can develop the building, the characters. I mean, probably there was like three models, three different models, and that's all. Okay, the point of the game probably wasn't be surrounded the human characters, but, I mean, the comparing both games, the details of this project being an indie game, it really shocks me in a good way, of course, about the love and the care behind of anything from the tiny details to the whole idea of the game. So that's perfect. That's awesome. That's a very good job. Very good job. Yes.
Thank you. I can tell you one bit of information that maybe could be interesting for you and for the audience too.
Sure.
There are the people think that AAA games have like good tools to make the games, but it's the opposite. I told with out of developers, I listen talks that they did about the development process on AAA companies. And one thing that you have is that because they have more money, they hire a lot of people to do the task. So if they have a lot of people, they don't need really good tools. So at the end, the process of generating content for those games is very tedious and is very manual, and that's AAA. But in this, we only have one way to do it, and it's because of our budget is way more reduced than them. So we think the development of content like in a procedural way. We create a lot of tools to be able to create different kind of things, different kind of content, different kind of variation with a very small amount of professionals using those tools. But this different, yeah, you can feel it. It's like, yeah, if you have less budget, you have to invest your budget good to create tools that make you create a lot of content fast and be able to compete with those other games. So that's what we does. That our indie studios does. And I think it's the only way.
I agree completely. And you're right. Yes. Yes. That's a good point to know, not only for me but the audience for sure. Yes, because there's a thing that probably no one or not a lot of people notice sometimes. So it's interesting and also important to point. Yes. Yes. Sure. So okay. What else? No doubt, this is a great game of how to optimize resources to achieve great results, as we said and as we see. But does this idea come from the experience of previous projects, or taking other games from other companies, other development teams as an inspiration? Talking about
Well,
animations again.
animation. So you're
Yes.
talking about animation, not the concept of the game. I don't know. Maybe they came also from the thing that you have in your head. We are talking, for example, when we are conceptualizing the kind of training that we are going to have. We have a previous image of how the character are going to interact with different things,
Hmm.
and I guess that the animations came later. When you see the concept, you can imagine different kind of, oh, I can do this thing with this object. Why not add this object that will enable us to add this animation and
That's it.
so. So it's something that starts at the beginning with the conceptualization of the buildings and different blocks, and then it came to animation, and on animation we define how a character is going to move and everything. And then the animators sometimes does a different thing. And that is not a bad thing, because sometimes you have a previous idea of how the character is going to use this.
Yes.
But sometimes that's not practical, the way that they will, I don't know, pick things or interact with things. So they surprise our animators surprise us from time to time too, with different ways of doing things. Yeah.
That's good. Not only the talent, but the creativity of every
Yeah,
animator
that's for sure.
and member of the team. Yes, sure. Okay, so last questions on my end. We can find different animations that vary for female and male characters.
Mhm.
Okay, because maybe because of the resources, because of the time, the limit of the time, and all this stuff, maybe the team choose to recycle these animations for one genre on the other, but so we have different animations for female and male characters.
Yeah. Yeah, in some games you can see that female characters move and interact with objects in the same way that male character does.
Yes.
And what you, yeah, what you see when play those kind of game is that you are just saying a male with the skin of a female, but they don't feel like a female. For example, when you are playing Tomb Raider, the animation are very. You can feel she's a woman, right?
Yes.
And it's different that when you are playing God of War and using creators. So we believe that this game deserves to have one set of animation for males and another set of animation for females, because we want you to feel the different. And this is not a bad thing. It's just giving every sex their space to express. If a female move in a specific way, we want to represent that in the game. We want you to feel those details.
Right. Okay,
So
that's a good thing to know. Um, I expected that, not gonna lie, to be honest. But just curious. I just wanted to ask. Okay, that's it. That's all my questions. That's all the things that we are going to check for today. So we are going to finish the stream here, but don't worry, we have more streams with Miguel with this kind of stream series called Road to Game, to see more about behind the development of one military camp, that I'm going to remember once again. This is the link for the Steam page, and also don't hesitate to join our Discord to ask questions to anyone of the team, talk about video games, not only ours, video games in general, because we are also gamers, not only developers and publishers. And yeah, talking about anything, we are always happy to talk with people, with players, with also game developers, and all of you. Yes, always. So thank you so much, Miguel, for joining us
you're
this
welcome.
afternoon,
Thank you.
and hope to see you soon for sure. Bye bye.
Bye.